Hey everyone, before this video gets started, I first wanted to say that this video was meant to go live on September 25th, but due to complications in my personal life, I never got around to finishing this video until now, so my apologies for that, but you can currently see the land racing pack before you. That's because several months ago I made a worldwide giveaway for this pack, and at the end of this video I will finally be announcing the winner of said giveaway, so stay tuned until the end. Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a very special episode of the second season of Skylanders Sabotage here on the channel. Now, as you can see from the Portal Network UI, we are currently on Superchargers for this particular episode. So let's start things off by placing onto the Portal E3 Hot Streak. I have some very nostalgic memories attached to this vehicle, and that's what this episode is going to be in dedication to. Nostalgia, because this is going live on the UK 10-year anniversary of Skylanders Superchargers itself. So not only are we going to be tackling a challenge set by myself, but we are also going to be reminiscent about the 10 years of Skylanders Superchargers along the way. Now, accompanying the hot streak is going to be an elite, because these guys have a lot of health to go around, so that's going to make this particular vehicle-based challenge a little bit easier. So today, the challenge set by myself is actually to try and complete the Demolition Derby in Skylanders Superchargers without accelerating. Now, if this entire level is vehicle orientated, so not being able to accelerate is going to be a huge hindrance, because we are going to have no agility whatsoever. Not only can I not accelerate, I can't do any sort of driving whatsoever, so I cannot brake, and I cannot drift. I can merely use my attack buttons, and luckily for us with a hot streak, by doing so, we still have the ability to move forward, because the hot streak has the boost. Now, I can use the analog to stick, the analog stick even, I can use that to turn, but otherwise, no drifting, no braking, and no accelerating. So we're going to use these here test dummies to figure out just how hard this is actually going to be. Now, luckily, my boost does have knockback, but against larger boss fights in Demolition Derby, I'm not sure how much an extent this will be useful to us. Now, the other fire vehicle, the burn cycle, also has a similar based fire trail ability that allows us to move without actually driving. We can just use attacks and the analog stick to steer. So if we get into trouble with a hot streak here, we can always call upon the burn cycle for backup. Anyway, this is already turning out to be a lot harder than if I could just tap that R2 button right there. That would make things a whole hell of a lot easier, but that wouldn't quite be attempting the challenge now, would it? The challenge that I have chosen so foolishly to give to myself. I have sabotaged myself. So with that being said, let's load the Demolition Derby without further ado. Oh, right when you thought Demolition Derby wasn't tough enough as it was already, we're going to go on ahead and make it that much harder by being unable to use any of the driving mechanics for a driving based level, no less. This would be like me going into my car to drive all the way to Leicester and not being able to use any of the pedals. That's a death wish. So let's skip this cutscene, even though Superchargers is very cinematic, which makes it one of my personal favourite Skylanders games. But the problem with this game is that in the community, it's easily the most divisive Skylanders game. Some people call it their favourite due to the cinematic story, the tone of said story, the music, the graphics, and the gameplay is really finalised and crisp. There's a lot of fluidity to it, and it just makes it so fast-paced and fun. Unless, of course, we're talking about the sky and sea vehicle sections, but all those are optional anyway. You can go through the main story and just play the good parts, and that's what makes the game so great to me. It is fun and engaging on a story level. So I am on the side of the community that love this game. It's not my favourite, however, because Skylanders Trap Team exists. It's not, if not for Skylanders Trap Team, this game would be my favourite. So therefore, it's my second favourite. And I am so glad today to be celebrating 10 years of my second favourite Skylanders game. Now, Chop Chop He can also move without driving, unfortunately. That's what we have legs for. Isn't that convenient? So yes, Superchargers. When it comes to my first time ever actually acquiring this game on launch, there's a very interesting story behind it. So I went to my local game store to pre-order the Dark Edition on Wii U because I really wanted Dark Donkey Kong, Dark Spitfire, and then obviously the Dark vehicles that accompany them. So I go to obviously the cashier and I ask to pre-order the game on Wii U for Dark Edition, and they say they don't have any versions of that game left to pre-order. So the chances were I wasn't going to be able to get my hands on the game if I wanted the Dark Edition for Wii U. I could only get the regular Wii U version. So my mum chimes in and asks about the Xbox 360 version of the game, where I could get the Dark Edition version of that, and that version was available, but it left me very confused because at the time I did not have an Xbox 360. It turns out that was a birthday present I was getting from a family member of mine. He fixed up one of his mates' PCs, and in exchange they gave him his old Xbox 360 and his old PlayStation 3. Fortunately for me, that family member already had an Xbox 360, so he decided to give me the spare Xbox 360 he was getting as a birthday present for me, and I got a bunch of games with it too. But obviously the most interesting of which was Skylanders Superchargers, which I got on launch on September 25th. Now, Skylanders in the UK always came out on a Friday to cap off the week with. And usually, I would always get Skylanders for my birthday, but Skylanders would come out a couple of Fridays after my birthday itself, so I'd be waiting a few weeks after my actual birthday for the game. Skylanders Superchargers was for one time where my birthday actually fell on a Friday, so the game could have came out on my actual birthday, but instead the stupid developers decided, let's launch it a week earlier than we usually do, so it actually came out a week before my exact birthday. This is tragic, not only that Skylanders Superchargers could have came out on my birthday, but it came out a week before, but also the fact that that wrench is out of our reach, and I need it too because we're already dying. Okay, this Sabotage even is really working its magic. We're playing on night mode, by the way. That was rough. We've already lost our first elite, so let's move along to stealth off as I knock the face cam along the way. Why not? We're going to be careful not to put her in view of the camera, in view of the face cam, because she's going to be faded out by the green screen effects. Yeah, usually I don't struggle with this, so that just goes to show how effective this Sabotage is that I set for myself. So yes, I just find it so funny how buying this game on the 25th of September, not only did I have to wait a week before I could play it, because I had to actually wait to get the Xbox 360 from my family member, another one bites the dust! But yeah, that was supposed to be a birthday surprise for me, but it got spoiled like a month in advance because we wanted to pre-order the Dark Edition and we couldn't get it for Wii U, so we had to get it for the 360 instead. And that's basically how the launch of Skylanders Superchargers went. It spoiled my Xbox 360 console surprise for me, and I had to wait a week before I could even play it because I had to wait till I got the console for my birthday. Okay, we could just kind of chill there for a second, I'm glad. Oh dear. But E3 Hot Streak itself that I'm playing as right now also has some also has an interesting story behind it. It happened very early on in my Skylanders hunting series. Since then it has been changed to Skylanders Vlogging, but that's just a name change. It's still essentially what it was before. Like whenever I have the opportunity to do so, I will hunt for Skylanders. But being that the year is 2025, actually hunting for Skylanders, there aren't really many in the wild out there for me to find, so hunting in the series is kept to a minimal, which is why rather than being Skylanders hunting, it's Skylanders vlogging now. But in the early days of Skylanders hunting, I could still go into like a local game shop and find pre-owned Skylanders, and that's exactly where I found E3 Hot Streak, and I was so excited because it was at the game in Nottingham, which has since closed down, by the way. Pretty much all of the independent game stores across the entirety of the UK are closed down now. They only exist in like their partner shops, so House of Fraser, Sports Direct and stuff like that. They don't really exist as independent stores. I really need this invisibility right now. Yeah, I was at the one in Nottingham with my best mate Luke Smith, and so I found in the pre-owned section an E3 Hot Streak of all things, and I was very excited about it. But literally 2 weeks later, game sent me, as part of their Skylanders rewards program, an E3 hot streak still in box, so I had 2 versions of the same vehicle. I have the pre-owned one that I bought from Nottingham for the week beforehand, and I had the brand new in box version that Game, as a company, had sent me for the Skylanders Loyalty Rewards program. So yes, I built up an E3 hot streaks. This version on the portal is actually the what I got from a pre-owned game shop, because I sold the in-box one because I could make more money off of it. So yes, unfortunately I no longer have the vehicle brand new in box, and I didn't even make that much for it. I think I made about £35. If I held on to it, I probably could have at least doubled that in the year 2025, so that's a shame that I decided to sell it rather than keep it in box. But at least I have one version of the vehicle. And what's interesting about this E3 vehicle is that a lot of E3 goodies that you got either weren't playable in the game at all. So for Spyro's Adventure, they gave out like brand new inbox E3 versions of Spyro, Trick Happy and Gilbrand, that obviously got started back. But they could be used in the like E3 booth, but they couldn't be used in the final release of the game. So it's an E3 version that you can't even play, and it's worth so much money if you have those brand new inbox. Because obviously they only gave them out to members of the press for the like E3 presentation of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. And then in later games they released stuff like chase variants for E3. Trap Team got the Riot Shield Shredder, which is an in-game variant, so that's just as memorable as the E3 Hot Streak to me. Anything in-game is by degree more memorable. But for Giants we got the E3 Hot Dog. I can't remember even off the top of my head what they did for Swap Force and what they did for Imaginators. But yeah, Giants was quite memorable because it was for E3 Hot Dog. That's literally the name of Chase variant too. It's called E3 Hot Dog. But yeah, let's go on ahead, and whilst we're playing for E3 Hot Streak, let's have a flashback of this particular memory I just told you about.
Flashback.
Okay guys, it turns out that they do have a pre-owned section. I could not find this until now. And look at what I found. Oh, I am getting this alright.
End of flashback.
Okay, we are back to face off against Dreadroller. Which, come on guys, let's be honest here, this is not Dreadroller, this is fucking Trolling Thunder from Skylanders Trap Team, just kind of like, reskinned, shall we say. I want that wrench before the combat is over. But yes, this is all very nostalgic for me. Superchargers is my second favourite Skylanders game. It had a very interesting launch story behind it for me personally. And of course, E3 Hot Streak itself goes back to the very early days of Skylanders hunting, back when I first started this channel back in 2017. Flynn is correct, that was pretty awesome. We're going to skip over his dialogue. In fact, we're going to switch vehicles as well, because I want to give the Burn Cycle a chance going up against Turbo Chief, and not Discount Trolling Thunder. Because that's what I call Dreadroller, okay? Its actual name is just Discount Trolling Thunder. So here we go. I haven't been really focused too much on the gameplay and how difficult the Sabotage is, because I've been too busy reminiscing about Sabotaged itself. The main downside to this game is that it doesn't have a particularly challenging night mode. As you can see, I'm going through night mode with an additional gameplay challenge, and I'm also distracting myself, reflecting on my past this game, and yet here we are, still breezing by. It's totally fine. Oh boy, I am worried. I am scared. I'm very much scared. Oh, but luckily he's going to go straight in front of us. Oh boy, we got to move, and that's easier said than done. Okay, here we go. Let's take him out some more. Well, thank God our fire trail at least deals lingering damage. Ah! That's just so much damage. Oh, okay, cool. He's running away now. Let's go. Let's go. Watch out. Oh, he stopped running away. It was so much more easily when he was being cowardly and he was running away, because then I could just follow up behind him with my fire trail and attack. But the fire trail was quicker than what Turbo Chief was. I was catching up to him and going in front. So let's go on ahead and supercharge this thing. After all, that is the name of the game. This is Skylanders Supercharged we're playing here right now. I would maybe even have better luck with other vehicles altogether. Like the Tomb Buggy, I can't drive it with its attack buttons alone, but I can at least just like wait for the guys to come near me. And unleash my attacks upon them, but that didn't last very long. My Lava Lance Rupture has been reset, it seems. Let's go on ahead with Elite Gilgrunt. I'm going to need to grab more Skylanders at this rate. I'm just losing them left, right, and centre. This is so difficult with the Sabotage. I was just not expecting this because I was going through it in the tests for Academy, the vehicle test section. I wanted to see if this challenge was actually doable without any of the driving mechanics. It's doable, it's just really fucking difficult, especially on Nightmare mode. Oh no! Half of this challenge is basically just been me swapping out my Skylanders, and I'm dead again because I couldn't move away from the attacks in time with my lack of agility. But then again, even if I could use the driving, I don't think it would have made that much difference given how big vehicle hitboxes are in this game. And speaking of big, now that is big. I feel like that Tom Hanks movie right now saying the word big a lot. Yeah, that's the plan there, Pandagas fella. Oh, I saw the healing. I need it so bad. Okay, here we go. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, we're almost there. Almost. Emphasis on almost, but thank God we're fully healed up going into the final fight. I am so glad I don't have to play the carry-on this way, making it that much more difficult for myself. I mean, we just lost 4 elites in a row. Uh-oh, here we go. Not a destructive finale, anything but that. Anyway, we're going to press the skip button, because there's nothing to stop me from pressing the best button in the game, the skip button. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what are your memories of Skylanders Superchargers over the past 10 years? I know there are plenty of people whose this game is their favourite. Crasher Skylanders, for example, this game is his favourite. For all the marbles, he says. Turbo Teeth! Wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's the one we just beat. This is why I don't finish Pandagas' sandwiches for him, okay? The sandwiches, they're a little stale when when you try to predict what it is they're going to be. So, we have Rekosaurus. This game loves its puns. Okay, here we go. I feel like how you have the smash hit character for the marsupial with a wrecking ball that smashes things and hits stuff really hard. But you know what? He's also a real smash hit of a character. One of my personal favourites, actually. Because this game has a really interesting cast. Obviously, there's 20 characters and 20 corresponding vehicles that get supercharged by the correct vehicle and character combination. Okay, luckily for me, my fire trail seems to be enough agility to avoid getting hit by Rekosaurus in this fight. This is definitely the easiest of 3 fights, which is why it's so funny that this, of all things, is the finale. Okay, here we go. We have damage and aura, which is pretty nice. I can be up close personal with this guy. He hit me, but this is fine. Oh, I can't even reorientate my vehicle. Thanks, no thanks to Sabotage. But yeah, obviously 8 of those characters were revamped classics from previous Skylanders games. So we got the obvious choices like Eruptor, Stealth, Pop Fizz, Jetpack, the entirety of the Skylanders Academy cast minus Spyro. We got Trick Happy and Gilgrunt on top of that, and then obviously there was Roller Brawl as well, which was a bit of an oddball choice, choosing her over Chop Chop. I know a lot of fans still don't agree to that decision to this day, but I think Roller Brawl works really well as a supercharger, especially since a lot of the characters' themes is the theme of speed, because, you know, it's a driving game with vehicles, and vehicles travel fast. Stormblade, for example, is very speedy. Spitfire is very speedy, and he's a starter pack character. So let's go ahead and go back to the E3 hot streak. Oh, my head is being chopped off at the moment on top of the framing. We're going to do the E3 hot streak with Crusher right now because we really need the hit points. I hope so. We got to be crushing it when we go back out there. You see, even Rekosaurus is tough with this Sabotage. That's how effective this Sabotage is, that even Rekosaurus can be tough. But yeah, the theme of the game is speed, and Chop Chop is not a very speedy character. Roll Brawl, on the other hand, she just really makes sense for the theming of the game. So I'm actually glad they brought Rollerball back, especially since Rollerball was a character that everyone was predicting would return in Trap Team, and she never did as a Repos. The only Swap Force core we got as a return in Trap Team was Frino. I'm shocked we didn't get more. Obviously, Undead, Earth, and Tech didn't get a Repos in Trap Team. They probably were planned. That's the speculation, at least. We know of Series 4 Cinder that got scrapped, but I wonder what the other two would have been. Apparently there are files in the game for a Series 2 Flashwing, which would have been interesting, but Tech, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, a Series 3 Drobot would have been cool, or a Series 4 Trick Happy, but if they would needed more Series 4s than just Gilgrunt, and if Cinder never got scrapped, we would have got just Gilgrunt and Cinder. I don't think so. But maintaining the Undead theming, we have Abel being placed onto the portal. My god, we're just losing characters left and right. I finally got my driver's license, and yet here I am not being able to drive. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's one thing to talk about. Superchargers is obviously a game with vehicles in it, and this is relatively recent news, but in April of this year, I passed my driving test, so I am officially licensed to drive, and I tell you what, driving is so much fun. Okay, sometimes I'll go out and I'll drive around in my car, not because I need to go somewhere, just because it's fun to do so, and it's so convenient now as well, rather than having to worry about like train timetables and train fees and all that. All I need to do is get in my car and just drive. Can I get to all of that without hitting the bombs beforehand? The answer is no. I have no agility with this thing, and now I'm just stuck in the corner. Oh, I have my driver's license, but that doesn't mean I can drive, even though lawfully it means the opposite of that. So yeah, sometimes I'll just get in my car and drive from point A to point B. It's just so much fun, and it's convenient. I don't need to pay bus fees. I don't need to worry about bus routes, train routes, schedules, and all of that. So it makes things quicker, and also whenever you go on train, everyone you're going with has to pay for a ticket. I go in a car, I can fit three passengers in my car with me, so that's 4 people going from point A to point B. We split the fuel cost 4 ways, and it turns out cheaper than taking the train by a significant margin. The only difficulty really with driving is parking. Parking is a nightmare. Not only the skill of parking, but just finding a place to park that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg to begin with. That being said, this Sabotage set out to answer the question, can we beat the Demolition Derby without any driver mechanics? And the answer to that question is yes. It is significantly harder, but we can do it alright. And now, if that question hasn't been answered, I hope you enjoyed the 10-year anniversary special for Skylanders Superchargers. And I'll be seeing you in the future for another episode of Skylanders Sabotage Season 2. But until that moment arises, we have an outro to see us through. Until then... Thank you so much for watching through to the end of this video. I deeply appreciate every last... Whoa! Stop the outro for a second. You didn't really think I was going to forget about the giveaway winner, did you? I've put a random name of wheels on screen now with all of the giveaway entries so that one lucky winner can be named. And that's you on screen now. If that's you, then be sure to get into contact with me on one of my social media platforms you see on screen now. Massive congratulations to the winner. I apologise that it took me so long on getting around to this, but now let's get back to the outro. Thank you so much for watching through to the end of this video. I deeply appreciate every last one of you, since it's viewers such as yourself which make these videos possible, and I couldn't do it without all of your unwavering support. If you enjoyed what you just saw, you can click on screen now to watch either my most recent video or a video picked out specifically just for you. You can also access the entire playlist for the video you just watched. I'll be seeing you in the next video, but until that moment arises, peace!